Welcome everybody to the Marketing Tips Tuesday with Practice Fuel, the 9-step system that will show you everything that you need to know to have an online presence for your practice that brings in new patients like clockwork. And what are we talking about today? We are talking about websites. I know, websites sound really boring, but here's the thing. It is like the foundation, the bedrock of everything else that you might do to build your practice. And we live in a world today where you just have to have a website and it has to be really rock solid. So to give you a little context, let me show you this. This is the 9-step system that we'll be talking about. And we're going to start with number 1, which is websites that work. Because if you don't have that foundation, and you can see there we have foundation, we have fuel, we have floodgates. The foundation is what supports everything else that you do. So you've got to have that website that works. So what are we talking about when we talk about websites that work? Well, I'm going to show you this next little piece here. This is our checklist. And it's a little bit small here, so feel free to download this version. You can have this absolutely free. Just go ahead and grab it. Let me see if I can get the link to show up. There we go. So just go to practicefuel.rocks/works, and you can download this for free and you can use it on your own. So the concept here is to do something that you can get done very quickly that will have a direct impact on the ability of your website to attract new patients. And that's really what we want. Now, obviously, your website needs to be rock solid and good for your current patients so that they have the information they need, they know how to reach you, all that great stuff. But there are things that you can do to help attract new patients and have you stand out from the crowd. Now, the first thing that is on there is called removing the barriers. And this might seem like something that doesn't seem important, but having your site be really, really fast is huge in the marketplace right now, because Google is not going to show your site if it is too slow, especially on mobile. So you have to check it. And I even have a link on the checklist where you can go to Google's site speed system and they will tell you how it's doing, and they will even tell you what needs to be fixed. And it's vital that you have a 40 or better, because you'd be surprised how many times on mobile especially you're going to see a really low score. Now, we usually shoot for 80 or better, but usually if you're at 40 or better, you're still going to show up in some search results, so you're going to be okay. But I highly recommend you shoot for that 80 plus range. In fact, when we can get to the 90 plus, things look really good and everything else works really well with that. The other thing is your phone number. I know it just sounds so silly to have to say it out loud, but if your phone number is not in the high right corner of your website, then it's hard for people to find. Now, you've probably looked at your website a million times and you know exactly where your phone number is, but if it's not in the upper right-hand corner, what we call high, bright, and to the right, then it is not where it needs to be. Get it added to that spot. That's where people are used to looking. And then what happens is when they're on a mobile and it all gets kind of resized and shaped, that phone number should be right there on top so they can just tap to call. We also recommend using your contact forms, buttons all over the place, so that people have lots of ways to get in touch with you. If you have a special offer, please let them know. Don't hide that. Put that all over the place as well, and make it just easy for people to contact you, to get information from you. It's all about kind of first step, removing the barriers. The second step, easy ways to capture information, right? So we talked about having that contact form. Right? You have to have a contact form on your contact page. You should also have it on internal pages as well, and an easy way to do, to fill out a form on your homepage. But here's the thing: you can use Facebook Messenger to have a conversation with people. And there are ways that you can set up where it will automate this conversation. And conversations right now are more valuable than just about anything else that we can do. You have live chat options. There's managed and unmanaged versions of live chat options. In fact, there are even tools that you can just pop on there and have your staff take care of manning the live chat. Then we have what's called the Practice Fuel Callbot. Now, the reason I'm putting that in there is it's brand new technology, but what it does is it allows people to simply tap on a little icon on your website, and it will say, do you want to call or do you want to text? And that way you will then be able to have people text you, call you directly. They can even schedule the call so that they can say, yeah, call me at this time, and they enter their number. So what's happening is you're building a list of people who are showing an interest in you, and even making it very easy for your current patients to get in touch with you. So The Cafe Fuel call bot, if you go, excuse me, the Practice Fuel call bot, if you go to practicefuel.rocks, you'll see information about it there. And I'm sure I can put a link in here somewhere, but it's brand new. It is very inexpensive and it works. So it drives people to have a conversation with you directly right now in the way that they want to have it, which is going to be either a direct phone call or a text. And the two-way texting is just nice, clean, and simple, and it can be done on a desktop, a laptop, even on your phone. We have an app that goes along with it and works beautifully. Then I always want to make sure people know that you can have an appointment scheduler right on your website. And I know a lot of orthodontists, especially, they feel they don't want to give up control of that calendar. But here's the thing: if you set it up right, and you don't just start blocking out lots of time, you can basically set it up so that people could only book times that are really important to have those times available, right? So you're not just kind of opening it up and saying, yeah, book whenever you want. So you have controls that way, and it can be extremely effective. Think about it. Right now, there's a lot of people who won't even go to a restaurant that they can't go to, like Open Table, and make a reservation. They won't even consider it. So those are the people that you want to make it easy for them to schedule an appointment with you. And then, of course, track everything. We do live in that world where you can track everything that goes on your website. We know that 96% of people that visit a website don't take an action. We don't know why. We know that it is probably going to be that they were looking for maybe a special deal. So we can track them now because they landed on your website. We can follow them around for the next 90 days with things like they might have wanted, like maybe there's a special offer you've got going on, or maybe they are looking for your reputation. They want to know kind of what kind of reviews you've got, so you can show them some of those positive reviews when they're going around the internet. And then even specific product or service that they might have been looking for. And we call it the Are You Still campaign, where you're kind of saying, are you still looking? Are you still interested? And you follow them around the internet using what's called retargeting. It is amazing. But the fact is that your website has the opportunity to track, to grab that information, to follow them around. And so you just don't want to miss that opportunity. And they're called pixels. So we always call building your pixel list. I just don't want you to miss out on that opportunity. So that is kind of the overview. Please go ahead and download this checklist, because if you can just make a couple of these minor changes, you'll see a positive impact right away. I hope you found this valuable, and please let me know what questions you have and what you'd like to have me cover the next time on the Tuesday marketing tips. All right, that's it for me. Bye for now.